welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
And it is, what, second week of August? And it was kind of rainy and cloudy today. It was nice. I mean, it wasn't cool.
I was wondering about that because
It wasn't
I was
very
looking
cool,
out the
but-
back door and I thought,
Well,
kind of
actually,
cloudy out there.
Technically, it was quite a bit cooler than it's
Right.
been.
Yeah.
Because on Sunday, it was 117,
Yeah.
and it went down to like 100.
Low hundreds,
9.
something. So
Mhm.
it's a little reprieve. And tonight driving home, it's nighttime right now. We're recording a little early. But we went home, I mean, on my way home, it was super dark and stormy.
And there was some
Thundering.
major damage in Scottsdale.
Already
Tuesday.
today?
Yeah.
Today?
On Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
a big tree. There was a picture of this huge tree that like broke, I guess, in the trunk, and it was just, ooh, there was some lightning, and it was just across the street. And
Not the one in downtown, like Old Town Scottsdale.
no, it was in some neighborhood.
Oh.
I know that there were some people that were trapped in their apartment or something.
my
like
God.
There was
that.
an article of
Yeah.
a woman whose dog absolutely refused to let her go back in her office. She had gone out for something and kept blocking the way. And then a tree or something hit the window and glass went flying inside there.
The dog's like, I'm not going in there.
No, the dog wouldn't let her go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was
Speaking of
asking about
dogs, the dog
Scottsdale.
ran under my feet.
Oh, I was
That was
asking,
in Scottsdale, that
I
one.
was asking about Scottsdale, Old Town Scottsdale, because there's a giant ficus tree. It's like got a plaque on it. It's huge. I was like, well, I hope it's not that one that broke, because it's like, I don't know how old it is. Super, super old. Anyway, so we're back. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining the Weather Channel.
We are 12 subscribers away from 500.
Oh wow!
So we need to start planning our 500 celebration. If you're new, we'd love to hear how you found us and why you subscribed. So make that put that in the comments below. It'd be really fun to hear. But we're so glad you're here, and I think Beth's going first.
Yes, I am. So, for all of us, none of us have much to show, and so
Part of it's because it's Thursday.
yeah.
Well,
but,
yeah, we're
yeah, it's a little
days
early.
early.
Yeah, in the week for us, but I've been working since I guess last Saturday. Was after the first, so I had done a little bit, of the rabbit for this month. But since then, I've just been working on my cross-stitch camp piece, which was, stitch something new to you. And I didn't bring the picture, but we'll stick one in here. It's a Stacey Nash design that she had, the Calling of the Sea with the 3 designs I showed last week. And I'm doing ship, and I had just done a little bit of the border last week, and so I'm almost finished. I did most of the ship. I have just the last few lines on the bottom of the ship, but I did the flags and the masts and everything else.
Oh, wow.
And there's like a little wreath thing in the corner that I worked on, and I haven't
Is it a
finished.
wreath or a life preserver?
It's I don't know. It looks like a wreath. It's flowers and
okay.
a dog. But so I did that, and I had started with the border so I could, place everything. But I got bored of it really quickly, so I was happy to start with this wreath and, get some other colors in there. It's a little hard to show here because of the lighting, you get wrinkles in there. But anyway, so like I said, I've done almost everything. I have a couple of lines to go on the ship, and then the inside of these little fishes, and then I'll finish the border and it'll be done. So hopefully it'll be done, I don't know, by the end of this week, by the beginning of next week.
That's
I don't know.
fun.
But then also I did just a tiny bit.
That's your cross-stitch camp piece?
Yeah, this is my cross-stitch camp piece. And then I did a little bit of this Sheepish Manor, which is one of my WIP-GO calls for this week. And so I did a little bit before I had done just the blue part of the house and one of these little Quakerish designs. So I just had like a short piece of thread left that I guess was left from doing the house. So I just did these little Quakers over here. And then earlier today I did the windows and just a little bit of the roof of the house. So what I'm really looking forward to, I want to finish the roof, which will be pretty simple because it's just a few more lines of black here and then the little chimneys. There's the white door here. But what I really want is to get on the pattern for this. It just has like the outline of this sort of grassy hill that the house sits on, and it doesn't have all the fill-in, but you're supposed to do that. On the picture, it's all filled in, but the pattern just has like sort of the outline of the hill and all the other stuff. But so I'd like to get the outline of the hill done so that I can put this tree on the side here. Because the leaves of the tree are done with lazy daisies, and that's going to take me a little bit of, concentrated effort because I'm not. I think I've done them once before, maybe.
You did them in brownies.
Yeah, I don't remember
But then
that.
she sewed her
Skirt to the thing, yeah. But so I want to do the lazy daisies and the sheep, the black, legs and ears and face and stuff of the sheep are done in Smyrna crosses. So if I could do the outline of the grassy knoll, the grassy hill that the sheep is on, then that'll give me a way to count, to where the sheep goes. So I'd like to do at least like the sheep's face and whatever, so that so I can do those specialty stitches, the Smyrna cross and the lazy daisies of the leaves here, because technically I guess I've done, if I do more today, it'll be 2 days of the 7 that I've set for the goal on this house, and yeah. So and that's done with. It was a little kit, came with silk threads, and this fabric. I don't know what it is. I don't. But it's a small count. I'm doing 1/2 on this, and I probably have. It probably says on the pattern somewhere what the fabric was and all that, but I bought it as a kit at the attic. But that's all I've been doing this week.
Shall I go next? Sure. So I also have not been doing much. These might stink a little because I made. You remember I made the one. I don't know which one it was. Maybe it was this one. A couple weeks ago, and then I think it was some night this week, maybe Monday night, I stayed up till like 2 a.m. making this. I tried to make it, or maybe it was Sunday night, I tried to make it Saturday night while I was editing our video, and I don't know if because I was tired or distracted by editing the video, but I made the cuff, and I got here, and I started to make the heel, and it totally jammed. The machine just jammed, and I could not figure out what happened. So I had to cut it out, had to cut it off and throw away the little cuff. Anyway, then the next night, I decided to make this, or actually maybe it was, I woke up super early in the morning and started a sock again, and then that night I went to finish it and I was up very late. But anyway, I made the second sock, so now I have another pair of these little shorty socks, which I love. This is my second pair. So they you can see the self-striping. If I hold it together, they're off, but if I go like this,
okay.
Then
I was gonna ask you, cause the on the heel thing.
Yeah, the
There's
heels are a little
different.
bit different,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. They're just
Ain't nobody gonna see it.
Yeah, they're nice and small, so no one sees them. So I did that, and then I brought for a centerpiece here. I brought all my a bunch of my spinning bobbins, because I talked about spinning yarn. So right there in front, you see a finished skein of hand spun yarn, and we've got all different. I've got all different spools and different different stages of spinning. This is the bobbin I took a picture of last week, and I finished the rest of the fiber. I spun it all into this bobbin of singles. You can see how thin it is, how skinny each single is. I mean, the width of the single is.
Really fit
yeah.
down here.
And so then I'm going to take this and get another empty bobbin and ply this on itself into a 3-ply with a. It's like a elongated cross stitch. It's like you pull a loop inside of itself, really like cross stitch, and then you're spinning it in the opposite direction. And like I said last week, the energy of this twist going back on itself has the yarn stabilized in so you get the finished yarn like that. So I did finish this one morning. So that is next on the list for my spinning adventure. And it's so pretty. I'll take a close up, but it's so colorful. It's really, 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 really pretty. And okay, I got suckered in and I wasted $12. I think it was $12. I was on Facebook. I think it was Facebook. Yeah. And I saw this, you get those sewing videos, like, make this thing. And it was a really cute little tote. It had a square bottom and the sides folded, it folded up, and you would button each side. But when you unbuttoned it, and it had handles, and when you unbuttoned it, it turned into like a placemat, kind of like a picnic mat, that's okay. Kind of extended size and quilted, double thick with a batting in the middle. So you could take your lunch in it or something, and then you'd have a little placemat, or they show it with an iron in it, or just a little tote. And when I saw the commercial, which was very beautiful and seemed very well made, I was like, and I can't even remember the company or the name of the item. Stupid me. And I followed the link, and I was like, and it was a pattern. It said it was a pattern and a template. And I thought, that's really cool. I could make that. The very first person who popped into my mind was my boss. And I was like, I would love to make that for her for Christmas or something. And she could bring her lunch in it, and it would be really cute. And then she could open it up and put it on her desk or whatever. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that. Maybe I could make it for other people or whatever. So I ordered it. And as I understood, it came with a template. And then I forgot about it. I don't even remember the email. I couldn't even find the email later. When is it coming? And I just waited forever. It wasn't that long. So then it came in the mail. And I was saying, okay, I'm excited about this. So, first of all, here's the template, which it's not bad. It's a very thin piece of plastic, and it's printed, and it's got a hole here, so that's nice. You can mark it and then mark the edges of the lines so that then you can make the lines. And these are the quilting, I don't know if you can see them on there. They're the quilting lines. Oh, I'm wearing a black shirt. Anyway, you can faintly see.
Put it over this.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You can see the quilting lines. And then this is a fold line, and this is a fold line. So I assume you could fold a piece of fabric in fourths and put these two things on the fold line, and then you can cut the shape of the fabric. I say I assume because we're not accustomed to cussing on this channel, so I will refrain. But this is a piece of, you know what? I don't even care if I'm showing it. I don't even care. If you want to copy it, good luck. the type is so tiny, it looks like little ants. But look at this
Oh my God.
material list. There's no spaces. 2 pieces of fabric, one for the outer part and one for the doesn't finish. 2 strips of fabric measuring 40 by 5 centimeters for the handles. 2 strips of batting or thick fabric. I use bonded fleece. Measuring 40 by 5 centimeters for the handles. 2 strips of bias tape measuring 15 centimeters for the. But there's no spaces between the words, and then just the way the English is written is horrible. Step 1. The first step is to determine the size of the finished product. Please take out the template you purchased and cut the fabric. The size of the template is 1/4 of the finished product. So we need to draw the complete pattern on the fabric first. So
It's not a whole template.
And it's a fourth,
It's
like
a
I
quarter
said,
of the template.
and it says fold and fold, but then it's like, we need to cut 3 pieces of fabric, 1 outer fabric, 1 lining, 1 batting to go in the middle like a sandwich, place the batting, blah, 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 blah. But it's just written, see how easy it was to trace the lines using the center as reference? Ha, ha, ha. Now let's prepare the sandwich by placing the front sides of the fabrics facing outwards and the batting in the middle. Anyway, it's just on and on, this weirdness. It's so strange.
Does it give you a video link or something?
Here it says, after completing the template in the previous step, sew a button on GH and piece of elastic, blah, blah, blah. This way, blah, 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 blah. This way we can fasten the elastic on E to button H and the elastic on F to button G to obtain our... and the sentence doesn't finish. Now, you must understand that part of my job at the Symphony, one of the things I do, one of my major tasks is proofreading. So this kind of thing drives me nuts. And then at the very end, but the pictures also are dark and like you could do better on a cell phone. I don't understand. Look at this one. It's blurred. Like she was trying to take a picture of sewing, whoever made this. And then it says, the description in words and pictures is limited after all. If you still find it difficult to make after reading, don't worry. We have also prepared video tutorials with an S for you. Please open the video link below to view the video tutorials. So there's a QR code. So I scan the QR code and it is one video tutorial that has, I don't even know if it has music or not, but there's no voiceover, there's no explanation, and it's a video dimly lit of somebody trying to make this, like just pointing at things. You know how some of the videos they show like where to sew, like it's that kind of thing. But there's a fan blowing, and so every so often the template flies up like this, the fabric flies up, and then she does this and puts it back. But when she cuts it out, she uses scissors like all ragged, and it's like this far too big from the pattern, and I'm like, it's the worst tutorial video I've ever seen in my life. Now, I don't know who this person is, and I'm like, you know, good for you for having a little business or trying to do this, but I feel totally taken in. And I'm kind of mad about it. But I was like, so now I'm like, I don't even want to make that thing. But I kind of do. But do you remember that crochet top I made? There was a free pattern I got, and I'm like, this pattern stinks. This is not well written. And so I reworked it, and of course I have not published it, my version of it, which would be my version of it, because I changed the crochet pattern, and I changed like the whole schematic of it. But I'm like, I feel like rewriting this. But I'm so angry. I'm so angry that I spent, it was only $12. But I'm like, seriously? And now I can't even find, and the tutorial doesn't have comments available, so I can't even comment on there. And I can't find the ad again, like, you know, while I was waiting for this, the ad kept popping up. I even showed Mark, look, this is what I bought. And he's like, oh, that's nice. But now I never see it so that I can comment on it like, don't buy this. So that was my money waster of the week. I'm so mad. I'm so angry. So anyway, that really is me. That's all I've done this week was buy a bad pattern and make a sock. And I spun some yarn. So you're up, Eve.
Okay, but I'm looking at this going, did I do those in the wrong spot? Like looking at it going, huh. Because before everything matched with what I have here.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm down to this line going,
It don't match.
that doesn't match now.
Oh no.
Anyway, I have, save that, just a second. I've only stitched a few minutes.
We're
Like
a really
two
fun
other-
channel, aren't we?
A few minutes, like a couple of other days this week.
Yeah.
Because I have been trying to concentrate on, one, getting ready for my job that I'm starting with the teaching a class. And
Yay.
there's a lot of stuff that they,
Yeah.
do you see across from there? That's all the stuff.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
I just got off a meeting, you know. I have another meeting in the morning, which is good. I mean, that means that they want their teachers prepared with plenty of anything they can think of that you might need,
That's good.
you know. So I've been doing a lot of that. But I've also been doing a lot of packing on the house, cleaning on the house. And then when I go to sit down, I do this. So I have not done a lot of stuff because I don't want to cross stitch if I'm sleepy. I just, you know, do it wrong. So I don't know what's wrong in that, and I have to really, really look at it and see, but something's very wrong there. Anyway, I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. But I'll talk about, this is my cross stitch camp piece. Now, one of our viewers, Vicky, you know who you are, commented that, oh yeah, didn't you say you were going to make that into a quail? Well, it wasn't this bird. It was a different bird. But after she said that, I went, make that into a quail.
That would be so cute.
It would be a very cute quail, wouldn't it?
And you've got plenty of space right above the head.
Well, apparently I don't because, you know,
You put it in the wrong place.
that looks like, it doesn't look like it's in the same spot. But I'll do it anyway. And because if I have to take that out, I will.
Yeah,
Um,
that'll be cute.
Did you restart this one? You were going to restart it, or?
I restarted it look further down
Oh,
so
yeah.
that because
Oh yeah, because
I held the template up to it and went, okay, that's not going to work to this template. Because I did it the way all the other berries I've done are. And they just make the berry different. And I noticed, okay, yeah, on this one, it's really fat on top and they're pulling that fabric all the way up into the middle. So that's what the big difference is. But I'm not enjoying working on 18 count Ada. I knew I wouldn't enjoy 36 count anything. So I'm doing it on Ada. 36 count? Yeah.
1836 are the same,
Yeah. So I keep looking at it going, I made that too small. I'm like, no, that's how small the stupid little square is. So I'm very confused all the time when I'm working on it. And I realized I didn't take the picture out for what I'm working on right now. Well, I just closed it. It looks closed now, but it's not open. No, now it's closed. Well, does that mean the zipper's going out? I don't know.
Welcome to the Three Stooges.
And now you're
Okay.
like, I don't know why I subscribed to you before.
Yeah, I've had a busy day, so leave me alone. This is my WIP-GO project for the first part of this month. Cute Patterns by Maria Robin, and it is absolutely adorable.
So cute.
And her patterns are very inexpensive, but they are very well done. They're, you know, you get, I get the digital patterns. I don't even know if she provides them any other way, but they are a PDF of the pattern, right? It has the cross stitch thing with the back stitching on top. Then it has another one with just the back stitching. Then it has another one with just the cross stitching. Then it has the list of all the colors or whatnot, and a key about the back stitching, what color goes where, and it's like she wants to give you every tool to make sure that you don't have any issues recreating.
You know why?
Because she's not her.
Right. No, you mean this?
Yeah.
This mess?
Yeah.
No, because she doesn't want everybody messing up her pattern. Don't mess it up.
No, I think that's the hallmark of a good designer.
Yep.
That.
Yeah, I was
that-
gonna say, because I've gotten patterns like that where there's a color version, the backstitch version, there's a black and white version, there, you know.
That's
So,
nice, yeah.
Yeah, so you can kind of, you know, because some people prefer.
Instead of like, just guess.
This
Yeah.
isn't a multi-page design. It's one page, even printed out, right?
Yeah.
And it's got page 1. It's got page 2,
Cute.
which is how he'll look when I finish just the cross stitch. And I'm missing a page here because it has the page where it's just the other stuff here. And I'm like, that is so much information,
Very nice.
you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. There's a knit designer named Stacy Perry who's very pink knits, and when she writes patterns, she's like, she writes every row. Like a lot of knitting patterns will be like, continue, you know, increasing it, you know, every 5 rows until this blah blah blah, and you gotta like, but she's like, row 3, do this, row 4, do this, row 5, do this, and so you never have to guess. It's like such a great, like that, such a great resource.
Yeah, and you know, you'll just figure it out if you have to. Like if you want to make that, you'll be like, I have to rewrite this so I can understand what's going on, and you'll figure it out. But what's really nice is that on hers, you don't have to figure it out. She's very clear. On the digital pattern, the backstitch lines, because she has a whole bunch of different colors of backstitch because it's an intricate design, and they're really easy to see on the digital pattern because they are brightly colored and a different color than the others.
I was gonna say there's one pattern I have that was a PDF pattern, and it has a little thing with a key with the backstitch lines, and you know, different colors for different backstitch things, right? Because some of them are black and some of them are blue and some of them are orange or whatever, just depending on where they are. And some of them look very similar. I can't really tell what the difference is. And I looked at at the printed off pattern of the finished, version of it, and I can't tell. Like, is that really black or is that blue? Is that, and so I'm kind of guessing in some of those, and it gets to where, makes me really not want to do it, like you're like, oh yeah, it's so tedious.
Well, it just shows that
But,
she's really conscientious.
Yeah. So it's helpful when the person writing the pattern is clear and specific,
On Tiny Modernist patterns, I'd always bought PDF patterns, and I never had any problems whatsoever. I love her patterns, but I bought that Viscornu as a paper pattern, and I couldn't
the Phoenix
see.
one?
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
tiny.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not really any different than if I bought it as a PDF pattern, and they're full color patterns, and I am not dissing Tiny Modernist, okay? It was just, for me, the symbols were too small for me to see, and the color difference was so close that I had no idea what stitch went where. And I had to blow it up. But once I blew it up, it was fine.
Yeah.
And I don't mind paper patterns, but I really like some of the ways that you can make it bigger and bigger and bigger, Hey, get out of there. Sorry, dog went somewhere she didn't belong.
yeah, that's nice that you can.
Yeah, that you can make it really big. It's really nice when you're somebody like me who, can't see. I figured out that I did do it right. I just hadn't marked one of the rows that I made.
Very good.
Yeah, so now I'm like, I don't have to.
That's better than being visited by the dreaded frog.
Sorry, I'm running out of the picture.
I forgot, while she's off to get her phone that's ringing, I forgot to tell you what I'm working on. This is Hannah's graduation cardigan. It's a pattern. I don't have my iPad. My iPad's dead, and my son stole my lightning cable. And I had to get another one, and I forgot to charge it. But anyway, it's called Genevieve's Graduation Cardigan by, and I can't remember her name. It's in the book called Fearless Fair Isle Knitting, and I have a paper pattern because my iPad's dead. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I didn't work on it since the last time you saw me, so there's no progress, but I'm just about to finish one row. One row takes forever.
Speaking of patterns, Helen D. showed a book that she got.
That Pitchy Coop one?
What's it called?
The guy's website is Pigeon Coop. His name is Somebody Other Pigeon.
And the book in the patterns in the book, I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to do that one. I want to do that one. I'm like, no, I cannot buy anything else. No.
Are you done?
Yeah.
So I've talked about a designer named Casapinka before. She's out in the Rhode Island area, I guess. And every August she does a mystery knit along. And they started it, and I determined before that I was not going to do it because I've got this, and this is taking me forever, and I don't want to be like, I'm going to put this off for another year. And then, I've been watching the clues come across the Facebook, and I'm like, I'm having FOMO. It's just another rectangular shawl, and I still have one that's not done, and so I did not need another project. But last year I had 4 skeins of yarn that I caked up that I was going to do it, and I'm glad I didn't, because actually it was a really weird funky shape, and I was watching people knit it, and I was like, I don't like it.
You weren't feeling it?
I wasn't feeling it, so I didn't jump in. This year it's rectangular again, and I've seen some of the stitches in it. The stitch patterns are really beautiful, as is her way. So a little bit, I'm like, but I can always buy it later if I want to. But I have so many things I need to do, and I didn't want to, for once, pile myself on with other things.
I was watching some Flosstube I've never seen before, but this person, I think she has like a knitting videos and like that, and then this was her first video of her first Flosstube, cross stitching video, but I think it was that one. I don't know. Maybe I watched a couple that I hadn't normally watched, but she had a bunch of she had a skein of yarn that was really pretty. It was a sort of a greenish, it was a green mixture, and she was, saying, hey, yeah, put in the comments about what you think I should make with this.
Like the yarn I saw.
Oh yeah.
Oh my! I was
saw
like,
some hand dyed cotton yarn.
I really want that.
Pretty. It's really pretty.
And it was
Well,
on sale.
you can tell that I am in some kind of weird, funky rut because I have credit at Tempe Yarn and Fiber, and I have not gone to buy anything because I'm like, I don't know what yarn to buy. I feel I need to do my professional hand knitting program. I've gotten stalled out on that because a bunch of things happened. Well, Hannah came home, and that stalled me out because it's really hard to concentrate on it. And then I've just been busy and crazy, and I just haven't. I go in and maybe I feel intimidated. Maybe I feel, and now I'm behind the schedule that I made for myself. So, and it's just making swatches. I need to just do it, but I just haven't been. So
I saw some.
It's been
funny
disappointing
meme. What was it? But it was something about oh, I don't think I sent it to you. Finally, I was going to, but it was, maybe I did. I don't know. But it was it was a cartoon of two people sitting in hell, and one of them says something to the other about not making swatches, and that's why they.
Oh yeah.
The other one I was going to send you, and I was looking for it earlier, just before we started, and I can't find it because I know I took I think I took a screenshot of it, but somebody had put together, had melded like pictures of cats, a couple of 2 or 3 different cats, and then like human hands, I guess, kind of, so it looks like the cats are knitting.
Oh.
So you see these little, tick, tick, and with their paws, but you can tell they're somebody's hands, and I'm like, I don't know if that's creepy or not.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
That's pretty creepy. We're recording on the wrong day because I'm going out of town tomorrow.
Yes.
And I'm excited to be going. I'm going to Albuquerque, see my aunt, and she's their aunt
Yes.
too, but our aunt and my
aunt.
brother too. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun, and it'll still be hot, but it'll be cool in here. 90
And cool at
degrees.
night.
Yeah. So,
I remember one time I met my friend Greg. We only see each other every a few years. Well, we did in those days. But so we got together in Albuquerque, and I guess when we met, it was probably had not quite dark yet. It was like 6 or 7 or something like that, and we went to all these different little restaurants in this one area, and then so we were there like till every place was closing, and so it was like the last place we went closed at midnight, and so we had to leave there, and so we were my car was there, and we were talking there about my car, for like so we were talking when we met. It was warm still, like I don't know, June or July weather, and by the time we left, by the time I got we were standing there talking. I was shivering.
Mm-hmm.
I was so cold, and it was like probably like 60 something degrees there.
Yeah.
So it was close to
That's what
100 during the day. And,
That's what I'm looking forward to is the
Yeah.
cool nights. That'll feel good, and some Mexican food.
Yeah. Real New Mexican.
New Mexican food. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But no, it'll be good.
Yeah.
So I'm taking off. I gotta go home, do some laundry. I gotta buy some man food that the men can cook, and while I'm gone, and 'cause I'm just going by myself, so it'll be peaceful. It'll be a peaceful trip.
Well, one of the things
You know what I mean.
I gave Naomi a bunch of cat food for their outside cat that comes by their house, because it's a certain brand of food. My cats, in the years past, they've never really been picky. They just eat whatever I gave them, right? And I used to always just give them regular dried kibble food, whatever. And shortly after we moved here, I don't know, but my one cat, Puck, likes canned food, but he doesn't like pate. He only likes shreds, whatever, and things that come with gravy and the little goopy stuff. That's what he loves that. And so they're always eating that. And then my cat Snug seemed to have developed some kind of allergy. I had him tested, and it said he was allergic to chicken, and so I've been looking for stuff with that chicken. And at one point,
They are few and far between.
Yeah, because everybody uses chicken as a filler or as the gravy or something. These things will say tuna flavor, and then in the ingredients is chicken.
Chicken, right?
Yeah, and so I had been feeding them one brand I was buying it from Chewy called Tiki Cat. And I was choosing the flavor that didn't have chicken in it. And they loved it. And then at some point, they stopped eating it. They didn't like it anymore. And it would sit there, I spoon it out into their bowls, and it would sit there and get dried and yucky, and they wouldn't eat it. And I also got some turkey flavored little kibble things, and they would eat that, and that's fine. But they just would let the canned food just dry out and rot there. So then I was trying to think, what could they eat? And I found this Birdie and Louie brand at the store, and it's funky because it's like tuna and pineapple and tuna and papaya and tuna and olives, and I'm like, well, do cats like that? But apparently they did because they loved it. They just ate it up, and their favorite one was the tuna and olives, and so. So I was like, okay. And then, and so at first I was buying it at the grocery store, but then I, bought some at Chewy, but they didn't have like a variety pack. So I would buy the tuna and olive because that was their favorite. And then they stopped eating that. They didn't like it anymore. And it would just sit there. And I was like, that is a freaking waste of money. And so, then at one point, my sister's cat, Storm, my nephew's cat, Storm passed away, and we had some leftover food of his, and it did have, it wasn't chicken flavored, I don't think.
Yes,
or maybe it was. There were some that were chicken flavored. But they had gravy.
No, it was chicken flavored.
But anyway, but it was a variety pack of a variety of flavors left over, and it had gravy and all the stuff. And I went ahead and gave it to them because,
because it was free.
Yeah, it was free, and they loved it. It was bad for Snug in a way, but it's like he's not like violently, horribly allergic to it. It's just like, not the best thing for him. But anyway, but he loves it anyway, whether he's allergic or not, he loved it. And they would just like go crazy for it. But I, of course I didn't want to keep giving it to them because, it has chicken in it. And so...
Were you able to buy a different variety of it, or?
Well, yeah, I think pretty much it's really hard to find anything of theirs that didn't have chicken in it. Yeah. So anyway, so we were at the grocery store because that was running out, and I had some of the Brody and Louie stuff left over, and they wouldn't eat it. And so Eve and I were sitting there reading these little cans of, what is it, Fancy Feast? These teeny weeny little ingredient lists, and they're like,
didn't they give you chicken with the
yeah, but I don't know where it is. I have it somewhere, but
So this allergy testing, we did the same thing with our cat.
Yeah.
And they give you a list, and it's if they're allergic, it's lists of like both expensive and inexpensive types of food that your cat can eat.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you can just like look at that and say, find those brands. But yeah.
So, so I had some of the Birdie and Louie that that Chewy had sent me because I'm just gonna give it to them and see if they'll eat it or whatever. But they love this the Storm's food so much. And then I would give them a serving of the Birdie and Louie, and they would not eat it. They would just let it rot. I'm like, this is a waste of money. So I guess our guy told me, you want this food? We got it for Creamsicle because
we call her Creamsicle. We feed her. So we bought some because my cat has a really bad allergy, like super bad. Like he will bite his skin raw. So we buy pretty kind of expensive food, and we do that with him. And so I had bought some more inexpensive food for the outdoor cat, and she stopped eating it like that. I'm like, little beggars can't be choosers. So then we started feeding her our cat's food. Mark's like, I'm going broke feeding 3 cats. And so then I was like, just try that other food. This Shiba cat. I was going to give it to you, but they all have chicken in them. So I'm like, just try it on her again. And he came and he's like, she ate it. I'm like, yeah, because little beggars can't be choosers. So, but yeah, we'll take that for her. She'll like the variety.
And actually, I was thinking about trying Tiki Cat again, just some different flavor or something like that.
She'll say, olives. I like olives.
And then she'll hit it, and she won't eat it.
One day she'll leave it there. Oh my gosh. But
yeah. So yeah, I was thinking, that the Chewy gives you the option of keeping or skipping or whatever, and I've been buying the dried kibbles that I give my cat. And the dog food, buying it from Chewy, but like the smallest package they have is a gigantic bag, and so I don't need to buy it that often, and so it gives you an option of like do you want it every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every week, whatever, and so I've been trying to figure out how much do I need, do I not need, whatever, and so sometimes I've been gives you the option of skipping this shipment or whatever, and so so I just got a shipment of the dried food, which we haven't opened yet, and I took the Birdie and Louie off, just removed it, and I'm all in a I don't know what to do yet. So I need to go on Chewy and look and see if I can find something,
something else
that they'll eat. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, it makes me crazy.
Those brats. So my cats, if my cats start fighting, and I'm like, what? I know what they want. They want their crunchies. You have to have midnight kibble, but you also have to have dawn kibble. And at dawn they start fighting. And I'm like, I know you have food. Mark always gives them what he calls midnight kibble. But I go in there in the morning, and there's kibble in the bowl. But you can see the bottom, and that is not right. Person, put food in my bowl, so I cannot see the bottom. It must be fresh. It must be fresh, crunchy.
So, Savannah and Tomala, Savannah would come and stare at me. And if I didn't get up and go feed them, Tomala would come and smack her. and then after a while it was fisticuffs, you know, like the cats and jammer kids. And then I got up and I went to go separate them and I fed them. So I took Savannah to the vet for something, shots, or I don't know what. And it wasn't anything serious. And he said, what are all these scabs on her head? And I said, well, you know, sometimes Tomala attacks her. He goes, well, don't let her do that. I'm like, I don't let her. He doesn't ask my permission. He just does it.
Yeah.
You know?
Whenever I give my cats
Stop it, Rogue. What are you doing?
kibble,
She's,
Crazy dog.
I don't know. I think she wants to be fed. She's hearing us talk about cat food.
well, whenever I feed the cats their crunchies, their dry food, I have to give some to Rogue, because Rogue will come to my. Sometimes if I'm in my room, and she knows that I'm feeding the cats or about to feed the cats or whatever, I open the door and she's right there. She's like halfway in my room. She wanted to come in, like, aren't you gonna feed me?
Oh, she walked into her room once.
Yeah. Or I turn around and there's a dog. I'm tripping over the dog.
So funny.
But yeah, so when I go to feed the cats, I have to give the dog a handful.
Protects.
And I'm telling her, I'm turning you into a cat. You're gonna turn into a cat because you're eating cat food. She's over there. Or if she hears me get up, like sometimes I'm feeding my cats late, you know, and because
Not late. Technically, it's early.
Yeah, I've fallen asleep or something, and I realize, oh gosh, I haven't fed the cats or whatever, and usually I've gotten now where I give them, well, you know, even I had, like I said, have been finding that we found this Fancy Feast stuff at the store, and so I've been feeding them that, but I've gotten to where I just give them their kibbles also just at the same time, because it used to be I would give them the canned food at night and give them the kibble in the morning, and I just like, you know, screw that, I'm just, you know, and so I just did it all, you know, in the evening, just put it all there, and then if they finish eating the pate, which they will, then they can, you know, eat the kibbles.
Crunchies.
Yeah. And so when I do that, I like if it's late at night, I'm trying to sneak by so the dog doesn't hear me, but I hear her flapping her ears. I'm like, well, the dog is awake. So, she hears me out there. She goes, oh, I gotta go. So she jumps off the bed, and I'll open the door, and she's right there.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to cut our time
Yes.
short because I got to go do a lot tonight. I still have to feed my poor husband because I came over here because I left work late and trying to get everything done before I go out of town, and it's just exhausting. So anyway, I was like late coming home, and so then I didn't have time, and then I was like, we're not going to make a long video, I promise. I'll bring dinner home. And so yeah, he's waiting at home, and you know, I've got to do some laundry, and I need to go to the grocery store, and I guess I need to pack a suitcase. That would be helpful. So yeah.
You pack a suitcase before you have to leave? Are you kidding?
Well, usually I'm packing at 2 a.m, but I'm not, because I'm leaving at 3, but I'm not leaving at 3, so it'll be nice. I need to get out of town before the vice president gets here.
Oh yeah,
there's a rally tomorrow, so I don't want to be stuck on the tarmac or anything.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll be out of here before then. But yeah, so we're gonna go. Thanks for joining us for one more week.
Yes.
We will be back again next Sunday, and Eve will be a little older. It's almost her birthday. Oh, you know how? Okay, real quick. You know all the power problems I had. I'm heating up the oven because I'm gonna do some roast vegetables, and we're standing around. Whoop, whoop. I'm like, what is going on? Is it raining?
I
It
saw
could be.
lightning earlier
It
when
could
you
be.
first got here, so
Uh-oh.
yeah, it sounds like it is.
Wow.
Well,
Did it
because
run between the drops.
because my everything's gonna get wet when we have a car. Yeah. So anyway, I think it's raining outside, which is nice. So thanks for joining us, and we will be back again next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.